Hello, I'm Suresh Velagan,
And I'm Paramjit.
and we're from the Correct Weight Loss team. Today we're going to talk about the best way to lose belly fat. Okay, I think this is of big interest for a lot of people who are struggling with belly fat. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what causes belly fat in the first place. Okay, we've got a list of items that we believe actually induces belly fat. The first and foremost is alcohol. Now, alcohol is a big no as far as belly fat is concerned. If you want to avoid belly fat, try and reduce your alcohol, because basically it's got high amount of calories and it's a sort of a toxin to the body, so the body wants to get rid of it initially as quickly as possible, and therefore whenever you take alcohol, it starts burning the alcohol first and stopping all other calorie burning in terms of fat burning or carbohydrate burning. Okay.
Don't forget, it also messes up your hormonal system.
Yes, it reduces your testosterone levels,
stress hormones and whatever.
Right. Okay.
Water back.
So the other thing that you want to avoid is refined carbs. You know, stuff like sugar, white flour, all this stuff induces huge spikes in insulin and huge spikes of calories into your body, which the body is not used to handle. And because it can't burn it off, it adds up as it stores as belly fat.
These refined carbs, I think, are the main culprits for the obesity epidemic.
Right.
Yeah? So you get so much of refined carbohydrates around us.
Yes.
And this continuous insulin spikes, this is really bad for the body. This is where your body starts storing a lot of fat in the belly.
Yes. And when the insulin spikes, you store actually fat within the abdomen cavity, which is called visceral fat, and it's one of the reasons why you get belly fat in the first place. The other thing you want to avoid is liquid calories. I mean, things like sodas and all these sweetened beverages are definitely also causing the same kind of effect on your body as refined carbs. It spikes your insulin, it causes too much calories to come into your system in one go, and the body can't process it, and therefore it stores as fat.
A lot of people don't realize that even the lattes and these coffees, they are pretty calorie dense. Huh?
Right.
You don't realize the effect of it.
So the other thing is fast food and junk food. I mean, that's an obvious. It's highly dense in calories and very low in nutrition. Okay.
Also got a lot of junk in it, trans fats and
yes, trans fats and other stuff that actually messes up your hormones. You know, so you want to avoid fast food and junk food. Okay, and then the last thing you want to do is you don't want to skip breakfast. A lot of people think they actually going to lose weight by skipping breakfast. That's definitely a no. If you want to lose belly fat, have a good healthy breakfast. Because if you don't have your breakfast, your body goes into a long-term starvation period, because you have not eaten for 8 hours, plus you skip your breakfast, then it goes into 12 hours, 14 hours before you have your meal, and the body thinks you're starving, and therefore it goes into a starvation response where it slows down your metabolism to help you survive. Okay, the body doesn't know that you're skipping breakfast. The body thinks you're starving, and therefore it slows down your metabolism. And the minute you have something to eat at 10 or 12 or whatever lunchtime, its metabolism slow. So the food that you eat, some of it gets burned, the rest of it gets stored as fat. Okay?
Yeah. So I guess you covered some of the things not to do.
Yes.
So let's look at some of the things that you can do.
Right.
So what helps to burn belly fat? I think the most obvious is your diet.
Right.
Okay. Good nutrition is extremely important for weight loss. Yeah. For weight loss and belly fat loss, you got to have some key considerations, like you got to eat more complex carbs. I mean, you spoke earlier about avoiding refined carbs.
Yes.
Refined carbs really cause havoc in the body. But some people go to the extreme. They cut carbs out completely.
That may not be a good strategy, because first of all, it's not sustainable, because we need a certain amount of carbs in our body.
Exactly, yeah.
So eat healthy carbs, because when you cut too much of carbs, you're actually cutting a lot of nutrients too, which are also important to keep your metabolism working at the optimum level.
People got to realize that, if you eat carbohydrates in its natural form.
Yes, salads, fruits.
I mean, even potatoes.
Yes.
These are pretty okay.
Yes.
What you got to be careful of is when the carbohydrates have been processed by man.
Yes.
So you get white flour. White flour is the biggest poison you can take. So avoid refined carbohydrates, but please do not avoid complex carbohydrates. Have adequate protein, and you also got to be completely or adequately hydrated.
Yes,
water is extremely important.
Yes.
when there's inadequate water in the body, the cells cannot function properly. And
Burning
for-
yourself, your fat burning also slows down because
Yeah.
it's not functioning properly.
Yeah, so for fat burning, you've got to have adequate hydration for the cells to work in its proper manner, for proper metabolism. The cells got to be properly hydrated.
Yes.
Yeah. So good nutrition is extremely important. But the other thing about good nutrition is you got to have a diet that you can sustain for your whole life.
Yes.
It cannot be a stopgap measure. It
Yes,
cannot be a 2-month
yes.
diet.
It's a lifestyle
3 months.
change.
It's got to be a lifestyle.
Yes.
It's got to be something that you can sustain, because if it's something that you're going to practice for 2 months or 3 months, what happens when you stop?
Yep.
You're going to put on all the fat again. And then the other component that you got to consider is exercise. You know, some people don't like it when you mention exercise.
Look, I think most of us don't like the exercise, but the idea here is not to enjoy the exercise too much, but to learn to enjoy the results of the exercise. And you got to think beyond the exercise. You have to do the exercise to get the results that you desire.
That's a very good point, actually. Huh? We're working for the results that exercise gives
Yes.
us. Of course, the exercise itself, there is a little bit of pain
Yes.
there,
Yes.
but the results is what we're all after.
Right. The pain is temporary, yeah,
The pain is temporary.
but the results
The
can be
results stay.
permanent.
The results
Yes.
are permanent,
Yeah.
And another point to take note of is sleep.
Yes.
This is one component that a lot of people do not realize.
In fact, I believe there's actually a correlation because studies have shown that the Americans actually sleep less and less.
Getting-
with,
yeah.
they're getting less sleep with,
Yeah.
with internet and
Yeah.
all the latest gadgets and all that.
Right.
And you notice there's actually an increase in obesity.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so sleep has been proven scientifically to have a tremendous impact on your fat burning capabilities. If you don't get enough sleep, you mess up a lot of things in your body.
But I guess the other component to be aware of is also that, you know, like you mentioned, you know, with this current age, you know, our minds are working all the time.
Yes.
So you're not able to shut down.
So basically, you're stressed up.
Your
Cortisol level
yeah,
are
you're
raised.
highly stressed most
Yes,
of the time.
yes, and stress hormones are bad for losing fat and losing weight. So you, besides good sleep, you also need to have a technique or a mechanism to de-stress yourself. Now, of course, exercise helps de-stress
To a certain extent,
to a
it
certain
does.
extent, yeah. But there are other de-stressing mechanisms like meditation, which I believe significantly helps reduce your stress levels.
Yeah, and other aspects that you got to consider is like you got to have some level of motivation,
Mm-hmm.
and this motivation can come from having other people doing the
Yes.
same thing. So if
Right.
you find other people who are also trying to lose weight, trying to get a slim belly, and you have the same common goal, you know, people can motivate each other.
Yes.
And sometimes you have your up days, and sometimes your partner may have their down days. You know, so you
Right.
can complement each other.
Yes.
So this is quite an important
Yes.
aspect. It's one of the softer sides, you know. It's not.
No, but I think see the body and the mind are interrelated.
Yeah.
You get your mind right, your body will follow.
Right.
You know, so you mix around the right crowd, you read the good stuff, you associate yourself with the right material, and your mind will start moving in the right direction, and therefore your body will follow.
Right. These are the softer aspects of losing belly fat or weight loss, but these are important. This can carry you a long way.
Yes.
And the other aspect that I always thought was important is to have at least adequate basic knowledge.
Right.
You know, you got to at least know what is fat loss. You got to know the difference between weight loss and fat loss.
Yes.
Is all of your weight loss coming from fat loss?
True.
Are you losing muscles?
Yes.
So these are all fundamentals that you got to know. Some people try to be ignorant, just tell me what to do. But you know,
Yeah.
when you have that frame of mind, then you can fall for gimmicks.
Yes.
You know, you got to know what is right, you got to know what is wrong. So having the right knowledge is extremely important so that you continuously get results.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like the knowledge actually creates self-discipline.
Yes.
Because human beings by nature can never knowingly do something foolish.
You got to understand.
You know, it's impossible to knowingly do something foolish.
Right.
You know, they only do foolish things because they are ignorant.
Right.
So once you know the truth, you can't knowingly do something foolish. Therefore, it creates self-discipline, effortless self-discipline, because you know not doing it is foolish.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but it's sad because some people just say, just tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Alright, just tell me what to do, I'll do it. But you know, it may work to a certain extent.
To some degree, yes, but
Yes.
normally you'll get back because you're not taking responsibility in that area of your life.
Right, you got to take responsibility.
Yeah,
Otherwise you
because
won't change.
responsibility and freedom go together. Whichever area of your life you take responsibility, you're free in that area.
Right, right.
You know, that's part of the maturity growing up in life.
Right.
Okay.
So I guess without going into very much more detail, I think these quick tips can help you
At least put you on the right track.
put you on the right track to get to lose belly fat. So this is one of the fastest ways, best ways to start losing belly fat. I mean, try and incorporate these tips into your lifestyle, and you will start seeing results.
Okay? I guess from the correct weight loss team,
This time,
do it right.
yeah.
For more information about losing belly fat, please visit our resource-rich blog at losebellyfat-blog.com. That's losebellyfat-blog.com. losebellyfat-blog.com. The blog is a rich resource for anyone wanting a toned and trim stomach. So until we see you again, hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you.